Hey guys, it's M.A.D.D.Y. I don't know, but today we are gonna talk about a movie I just watched and came back from. I just came back with my mom from seeing Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm gonna say there's no. I'm gonna spoiler warning you after my non-spoiler review. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That's my spoiler for you. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But maybe not. Just. Spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1. What the fuck? Okay, Okay, so we got the big bad, and we learn of his story. He was in the desert with his daughter. He was dying. His daughter died because he prayed to his God to help him in his time of need of getting water and shelter and stuff like that. Like, basic necessities of, life. Because he was praying to the God of life, I guess. And he didn't help. So I think he went through a mirage, but it doesn't seem like it was a mirage, but it wasn't. It was confusing. But he found the God he was worshiping too, and said, "But my daughter died for you, and I almost died for you, and you don't care." And then he's like, "Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about you or anybody else. I don't care that my whole empire is fallen. I honestly don't care. As long as there are people like you, there will always be people like you. Even if my disciples are dead, there will always be people like you for my amusement and stuff like that." And so he basically was like a jerk to our main bad guy, Gore, right? So, we got a pretty convincing bad guy story for the plot, but I don't like. Here's the thing: kill all the jerk gods, right? Don't kill just all gods, because not all gods are bad, right? Only some gods. Some gods are assholes, like Khonshu. Go kill him. I don't care. But like, kill the gods that are an asshole and not really doing anything, Don't just kill random gods because you can. I don't know if that's just me making common sense, or the blade of whatever is telling you to kill all the gods, right? So, I don't know, that's just me. And then we get back to Thor helping the Guardians of the Galaxy, then fighting off, then leaving the Guardians of the Galaxy. Hopefully, they're now looking for Gamora, because that's what they were supposed to be doing at the end of Endgame, but that didn't happen. So the Guardians are gone. Cool. Thor now has two giant goats, and they scream a lot, and it was so goddamn annoying. Like, that's a 2015 joke. Remember the screaming goats? Do you guys remember that? I don't know if anyone is old enough to remember that, but I remember it very well, and it got old so fast. And then I'm like, Taika, okay, you can have the screaming goat bit. We all know the screaming goat bit. Have it once. Don't continue to butcher us with the same goddamn joke that isn't funny. Okay? Make the reference and move on. Don't let it be your only comedy relief. I'm serious, but goddamn, those goats were annoying. Valkyrie is an awesome king. Even when Gore was like kicking everyone's butt, he took the children and she handled the crisis like the king she is, and it was just awesomeness. Jane is suffering from cancer. Don't know what type of cancer, just cancer in the last stage, so she's basically dead. Um, she thought Mjolnir was her like saving grace, but turns out if you have cancer and you're worthy and you're holding Mjolnir, you're basically slowly dying. And I don't know if, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Steve immortal, right? He's immortal as well. He's not a god, and he's worthy, and he picked up the hammer, and he didn't die from the hammer. He died of old age, right? Because Thor said the more you use the hammer, the more you die, and the less you have to find this cancer. And I guess now thinking of it, Steve didn't have cancer or anything else that is rapidly killing him, but Jane does. So that's a thing. Zeus is an asshole. Just gonna say that for now. And the scene, the flick scene. So yes, I did see a Chris Hemsworth butt. There were cheeks. That it was a cheek, yeah. It's not been blurred. It's not blurred. Only on TV and commercials and the trailers is blurred, but on the actual screen, just that's a it's a it's a uh, it's a butt. It's it's a butt. It's a butt. I was kind of looking, but kind of not, and then I was like, it's a butt. It's not my type of butt though, you know. You know, I don't know. It didn't get to me as it would have probably done to everyone else, but the ladies that were sitting in next to Zeus when they in the lower thing was showing to them, I think they liked what they saw. And when Zeus put on Thor some clothes on, the girls were disappointed, and that was funny. Like, oh, but I liked seeing his, down there, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'd never seen one, so I wouldn't know. Um, um, and then the whole kidnapping children thing, scaring them to death with a snake, and then just piecing out gore. You can do better than that, you know. And so apparently, what Gore's plan is to kidnap the children as leverage, right? And then he needs the Bifrost to open a gate to get this wishing well to open so he can wish for all gods to die. And he needs the Bifrost to do it, and the only way to cast the Bifrost now is with Stormbreaker. So he needs Stormbreaker in order to get Stormbreaker. He needs Thor in order to get Thor. He stole children, so that logic checks out, I guess. Whatever. Heimdall's kid, I didn't know he had a kid, but he does. Axel, or whatever he wants to be called. He wants to be called Axel, so Axel, has the same powers as his dad, and is learning how to use it, so that's cool. Brings Thor to wherever the kids are, and has like the, vision ghost and all that stuff. And the Thor, like, gives the kids a good pep talk, and then peace, I'm out. Gotta go save you guys, so peace, It's just, could have done more, dude. Really could have done more, Grabs Zeus's lightning bolt we thought we killed Zeus with his lightning bolt, but no, he's alive. And I'll talk about him later on. But we go to the butcher, the gore guy, and then we fight him on the moon. And we learn that he needs the Bifrost in order to open the gate, and then Gore says like mean things to both Valkyrie and Thor and Jane, like literally like breaks their heart and like makes them cry and stuff, and it's just like, dude, you are a terrible person right now. I need you to dial it back a few notches, just a few notches, just dial it back on the whole supervillain thing. I need you to just dial it back a bit. And then we had a fight, and it was fine, and then Valkyrie lost a kidney. Jane got a whole lot worse with her cancer, and it's like if she picks up the hammer again, she's gonna die. So Thor's like, I love you, but I don't want you to hurt yourself. Blah blah blah. He goes to where he thinks the Bifrost is by using the bolt. This is bolt, I guess, teleports now. I guess. Whatever. Thor gives power of himself to a bunch of kids. I guess that's how it works. They fight all the shadow demons, and then he fights Gore, and then it looks bad for Thor, and then Jane comes in, and then they kick ass together. The gate opens. Thor says, hey, why don't you guys take the Stormbreaker, go home. So the kids aren't there anymore. And then they go through the portal, and then, Gore and Thor have like a heart-to-heart, like saying, like, Thor was like, hey, if you're gonna do this, let me at least be by the love of my life and have her die in my arms, and so that my last dying breath and like last moments would be with her, and then you can like wish all gods to be gone. Or why not just like, bring your daughter back, since the gods didn't care for your daughter. And he's like, that's a fucking good idea. I'm gonna bring back my daughter, but then die. I'm gonna have you watch your lady die, and you're gonna watch over my daughter. How about that? Okay, good? Okay, dead. And then it happened. And then now Thor has either has like a daughter, or like I think it's gonna be an adopted thing. But like the girl calls him Uncle Thor, which is confusing. But now she has powers, and she can kick butt with Thor, and now they're now known as Love and Thunder. And then the whole thing with Zeus, it was like, okay, and I'm not really dead. You kind of hurt me. I'm down. Okay, Hercules, can you go take care of this for me? And Hercules, that I did not expect would look like. He didn't not. I guess it's because I have the animated Hercules in my brain whenever I think of Hercules. So yeah, and he did not look like that. So I should have expected that. But my whitewashed brain was into Disney, and so whenever I see Hercules or hear Hercules, I think of the Disney animated one. So that's that. And then Hercules like, sure, I'll go kill him. But if we're being fucking honest, I think Thor would crush Hercules like that. I mean, like, if I stabbed your father with his own lightning bolt, what thinks you have a chance with me, Thor, the god of thunder, right? If I can, like, beat your dad, what makes you think I can't beat you, I don't know. And then the whole Jane going to Valhalla and seeing Heimdall again, so that was cool. Alright, now let's talk about the ending and how it could have been better, right? let's talk about that for a second. So, the real reason why I'm disappointed is because of the lack of action scenes and the fucking ending. That's why I'm disappointed. Okay? So, this is what should have happened, right? And how should have ended. If you want to use this as your entry for how Thor Love and Thunder should have ended, by all means use this. I don't care. But this is what should have happened. So Thor basically tells Gore the Thought, like, your god failed you. Yes. I am a god, right? I have this lovely lady dying in my arms. Literally. And I can't do anything to save her. Right? But you have the power to save her and like who knows who else, yeah, right? But you're choosing to bring in your dead daughter back from the dead and then die in front of her by giving her trauma. Does that make sense to anyone else? No, it doesn't. The answer is no, it doesn't. Because why would you bring back someone you love and then die? It that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't fucking make sense. A good character arc for Gore is like, okay, the gods failed me, right? My god failed me, and I'm killing other gods for no reason but to kill them, right? And instead of killing all the gods, this Thor guy has a point. My god failed me, and he's a god, and he's not feeling this Jane girl, right? So instead of bringing my dead daughter back from life and then dying, let me sacrifice my life by having his love of his life come back from the dead and cure her cancer or whatever she's dying from. That would have been so much better, because in the early parts of the movie we're seeing that Thor wanted to have a kid with Jane, right? That was the whole point of the fatherly thing with warming up to the kids of Asgard, like blah blah blah, and like nudging at that he wanted a kid and stuff like that. But oh my fucking god, if he would have just taken the sacrifice of not bringing his dead daughter back to life, but to save Jane, Jane would be still alive. And then Jane would have had a kid with Thor, and then we can have the Thor Love and Thunder thing, okay? That would have been so much better. That would have been so much better. But instead, you have the bullshit we just had. All in all, I'm disappointed of that ending as a whole. That just okay, here's the thing. My mom said that this movie is like literally everywhere, and I didn't expect that out of this movie, but it's literally everywhere. All the seats are almost empty, and it's the day of release. The day of release, and the crowd is almost like there was maybe like 10 to 20 seats filled out of 100 in the theater I was in. What does that tell you guys? Like, seriously. But in all real, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. M.A.D.D.Y's rating. I'm sorry, Marvel. It's not worse than Dark World. It is not. At least, like, Dark World has integrity. Like, this had integrity better than Dark World, right? But it was a 7 out of 10, but as I thought more and more about the ending, it got me pissed. It's a 6 out of 10. That's my rating, and I'm going to stick by it. If you disagree with me, fine, but that's my rating. And like I said, I'm not a Thor fan. I really am not. But I was, like, really rooting for Thor to have, like, a good love interest to stick by him. But, have to have tragedy somewhere, right? No one can have anything happy, ever. So, 6 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Thor Love and Thunder. And if you had a different scoring than me, let me know. I would like to know who actually really, really liked it. And I'm going to look up people with their ratings as well, but like, I'm just disappointed of the ending. I really am. I mean, this has been M.A.D.D.Y. I don't know, I'm just disappointed with the ending of this thing. Alright. I gotta go to sleep. Peace.